And welcome back to Life Unrehearsed on indeed a beautiful Sunday in September. I'm Matt Delvecchio here, and I'd like to talk about an amazing initiative to help seniors that is really dear to my heart. As mentioned before on today's show, this Wednesday, October 1st, is National Seniors Day, not just in Canada, but around the world. I'm on the board of directors of Nova West Island, an incredible nonprofit organization. We've talked about them a couple times today. They provide all types of healthcare services, including nurses that provide palliative care support at individual homes, bereavement support, home care services, and senior activity programs. Well, the person heading up the senior activity program at Nova West Island is Ashley Ann Gordon. Ashley Ann and I, along with many members of Nova and Premier Home Care and Lianas, are very much involved in an initiative to provide free activity kits that will benefit hundreds of seniors. Ashley Ann joins me on the line to tell us more. Ashley Ann, welcome to Life Unrehearsed.
Thank you so much, Matt, for having me on the show today. I feel so famous and fortunate to get to speak with you all to represent Nova West Island.
Well, you know what? I'm really blessed to have you on the line. You have been a rock star throughout this initiative that we're going to talk about, so I appreciate you taking a little time. I know your weekend has been extremely busy. First of all, for our listeners, what is the Senior Activity Program at Nova West Island?
Excellent question, Matt. So long before it was ever the Senior Activity Program, Nova West Island had their activity centers for seniors with neurocognitive impairments, which has actually been around for 20 plus years. The creation of the Senior Activity Program was fostered in the pandemic and is comprised of three components. So we have our already existing activity centers, we have the in-home activity stimulation, and our virtual component, which encompasses virtual group exercise classes, activity stimulation kits, and so much more, Matt. I could go on for hours with that.
But, you know, you've done a great job. The pandemic changed your world and a lot of the people accessing services because you could no longer do the in-person programs. And you added the activity stimulation kits that can be used at home. What was some of the inspiration behind that? And what are some of the items included in this type of activity kit?
Well, Matt, as you know, the pandemic was a tough time for many. We saw many seniors isolated and without knowing what to do to keep their minds and bodies active. So the activity stimulation kits were a way that we could reach out to families to engage them while on Zoom initially. In the kits, there were art, creation activities, watercolor, physical, and all aspects that encompass socialization as a whole. The activity kits were tailored to the individual's interests. So, Matt, I know you love golf, so let's say there might be, some mini putt aspects if I was to do a kit for you. But the pandemic being so hard on everybody, one good thing that came out of this was our understanding that nobody should ever be alone, and that is fostered through these amazing new programs with Nova.
Amazing. Yeah, I think I'm going to take you up on one of those mini putt kits because I need help with putting for sure. So what are some of the benefits of the activity stimulation kits?
So, Matt, the benefits of the kits are to increase social, physical, and cognitive stimulation, to break the isolation, and to reminisce on how life can be fun and engaging again, since many of us have struggled with that since the pandemic. Socialization is known to promote the well-being of seniors overall, and in the West Island, we see that a growing number of seniors, exceptionally those being diagnosed with neurocognitive impairments, will almost triple in the next 5 years. The kits are delivered to the seniors of the West Island with and without neurocognitive impairments, which is a great thing to access to everyone. And we are providing the caregivers with some respite, support, and offering them a new sense of what their loved one can do. We're presenting them with a way to find new interests and new hobbies. And I got to be honest, Matt, even my husband is finding some fun things to do for game nights nowadays.
I've seen him in action. It's really, really good. Listening to Life Unrehearsed, Matt Delvecchio here, talking with Ashley Ann Gordon, Senior Activity Program at Nova West Island. All right, Ashley Ann, let's get into this incredible initiative. As I mentioned, I'm on the board of Nova West Island, and I've seen firsthand how the benefits of these activity kits and how they're being used. It also happens to be the 10th anniversary of my company, Lianas Senior Transition Support, this Wednesday, which is also the exact same day as National Seniors Day. So I figured this year, let's do something special. And what can we do for families, not just individual families that you're involved with, Ashley Ann, but as you know, I'm involved with a lot of seniors residences. So how can we benefit seniors residences as well? Well, I ended up getting an incredible donation from a charitable foundation. They wished to remain anonymous. However, it allowed us to assemble 175 individual family kits, 30 activity kits for smaller residents, and smaller residences really benefit from this because they might not have the budget for, activity director and so on. And then we also created 20 big activity kits for larger residences and public CHSLDs. So that's a total of 50 seniors residences that will benefit from these larger activity kits. They're being provided free of charge, and hundreds of seniors will benefit from these kits on a daily basis. So Ashley Ann, can you provide our listeners with, you were right in it and still in the middle of it. Give us an idea of what was involved in the logistics of putting these kits together. We're talking thousands of components to put it all together.
Well, Matt, I'm going to be honest with you. So my answer is not for the faint of heart. So if anyone is thinking of doing this, there's a couple of things that you guys need to know straight off the bat. So there's a lot of the planning, the shopping. And I have to say, Matt, there's not a Dollarama store to the senior activity program my husband and I have not been to, from what feels like Ilbazar to Hawkesbury to Timbuktu. Now,
amazing.
Matt, yeah, we've definitely tapped out everywhere.
Prime Days on Amazon was a big thing too, I hear.
Oh, Amazon was a huge thing, Matt. It was considered about 200 plus boxes navigating in my home like a game of Tetris. There was also putting together the guidelines, brainstorming, researching the best chair exercise routines, everything that was going to go into the kit to maximize cost effective and what the seniors would enjoy, and what our families would enjoy too, because that's what it's all about, is spreading it with not just the seniors, but with their whole family. And all this led up to Assembly Day, ending with finding storage space and even playing Tetris in your cars, Matt of Lianas, and your companies for all the deliveries that you guys are doing too.
Just amazing. Just to give an idea of hundreds and hundreds in the thousands of components. Tabletop curling, watercolor sets, tabletop cornhole. We've got even axe throwing for the larger residents. People say, Matt, seniors and axe throwing. It's an amazing activity. Plastics, very, very safe. You've got weights. You've got decks of cards, beach volleyballs, parachutes, games, and a whole bunch of other things, just to give a little snapshot of what's involved. And so you talked about Assembly Day very, very quickly, Ashley, and it was on a Monday, August 25th, where everything had to be put together. Tell us about that Assembly Day.
So to me, Matt, the Assembly Day was a chance to be intergenerational as well as team-building opportunity between Nova West Island, Premier Home Care, and Lianas. It was a day that started off very organized. We did a great job, and I was just happy that we could get 175 kits panned out super fast and efficiently together.
It was an amazing team effort, and it all starts at the top with you, Ashley, and why it helped and went so smoothly. We're running out of time very quickly. However, I have to ask you, you're involved with a lot of families, and I'd like to ask, Ashley Ann, if you could put on your hat for any words of advice to caregivers out there taking care of a loved one with a neurocognitive disorder.
Well, Matt, first of all, I'm lucky that we're not doing this in person because you'd be seeming blushing beyond belief right now. Mm-hmm. But I would say to caregivers, always ask for help. Take care of yourself. It's like going on a plane. You always have to put on your oxygen mask first before you can help others. And never assume that your loved one can't do something that they used to do. There's always a chance to learn something new. For instance, we had a gentleman bake an apple crumble for the first time ever the other day, which led to him reminiscing about when he worked at his father's kitchen growing up. And of course, another one said, "Don't tell my wife or she'll expect me to do this at home." So, feel free to ask for help, guys, from Nova West Island, Premier Home Care, and Lianas. We're always here for you.
Love it, Ashley Ann. Thanks so much. How can our listeners find out a little bit more about Nova West Island?
Well, we can always have our social media, our Facebook page, but you know what? Our office is in Beaconsfield. Come on by, guys. Check us out. And you can always check out on our website, www.novawestisland.org.
Great website indeed. That's Ashley Ann Gordon. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much, Matt. Have a great day.
You too. That's Ashley Ann Gordon, Senior Activity Program at Nova West Island. And we're talking about a charitable initiative that we're both involved in, distributing activity kits to seniors and seniors' residences. Last few weeks and a couple more weeks to go as we head into National Seniors Day this coming Wednesday. Well, that's a wrap. Thank you for tuning into Life Unrehearsed. As a reminder, for all your inquiries or assistance with home care, downsizing in the senior living industry, be my pleasure to help. You could find out more if you look up Premier Home Care or Lianas Senior Transition Support. Many thanks to Dean Matheos and Dario De Felici, tag teaming today, switching it off at 4:30. Appreciate both your efforts in putting on a nice show today. You can hear me on Life Unrehearsed the last Sunday of every month. Enjoy your week, everyone.